By ABC 7 and News Channel 8, the official TV stations of the National Cherry Blossom Festival Parade.
Good morning, America. Severe storm alert. 9 states now in the path of dangerous weather. Giant twisters and flash flooding across the South, forcing water rescues. Water rushing through Texas A&M's campus, pouring into buildings. Now that system is on the move this morning.
Another White House shakeup. President Trump fires the head of the VA, nominates his own doctor to replace him. And the new report that the president's lawyer discussed pardons with Michael Flynn and Paul Manafort as the special counsel was closing in.
Desert disaster. This hot air balloon with 13 people on board going up in flames, crashing. How they made it out alive.
And Roseanne comes roaring back. A blockbuster return for the sitcom, taking on the tough issues. The personal phone call from President Trump. What did he say to Roseanne after that show? Roseanne's live this morning, only on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And we do say good morning, America, on this Friday Eve.
Yes.
And Roseanne's return, getting huge numbers. Biggest in years. Many, many people tuning in.
It was like the good old days. Families sat around the TV and had a communal activity. Yeah. More than 18 million of you watching the premiere. And George, I know you're going to be speaking with Roseanne a bit later in the
we're going to catch up with her on the road, and we're going to hear about that phone call with President Trump. But we do have some news to get to from the top, beginning with those severe storms across the South. Tornadoes, floods, forcing water rescues, more than half a foot of rain falling in some areas. ABC's Marcus Moore has the latest.
Overnight, at least 4 reported tornadoes tearing through the South. New video this morning from north of Jackson, Mississippi. Roofs torn off of homes and businesses. Lightning strikes sparking fires and powerful winds ripping the roofs off homes in Texas.
My husband was at the neighbors and he called me and said, get someplace safe, it's a tornado.
At Texas A&M University in College Station, students fleeing for cover as torrents of rainwater poured into buildings.
Oh my gosh.
Flooding submerged cars, stranding drivers in that city. And in San Antonio, rescuers wading into the rising water.
The guys were waiting and were, holding on to trees and pretty fast-moving water.
Flooding and relentless winds wreaking havoc.
Not a small street, but now it's mostly a river. What a flash flood looks like, y'all.
It went so fast. Then the water started coming in.
Roads washed out. In Louisiana, trees crashing through houses. This one narrowly missing the man who was sitting inside.
They told us, take cover and all that, and sure never heard a big old boom.
And back here in the Houston area this morning, that's the crucial Interstate 45 just behind me. And look at the access road. Crews have closed a couple of the lanes because of high water off in the distance. We're talking about several inches of water that was over that roadway. And this morning, we've seen at least one car stall on that road. It had to be towed away this morning. And the same storm system that did this is responsible for wicked weather across the South this morning. George.
Okay, Marcus, thanks very much. Let's go to Rob now and find out where they're headed next.
Hey, George, Houston just got lit up overnight. Look at all the lightning strikes with this heavy rain now and through parts of northern Louisiana, which yesterday saw severe weather, one of 4 tornadoes, as Marcus mentioned, dropping down there just south of Monroe. We do have a severe weather threat today, but we also have a heavy rain and flash flood threat. We've got those warnings that are up for central Louisiana and East Texas. The heavy rain moving across just south of Little Rock, and it'll be spreading north and east, so stretching out into the Ohio Valley. But the strongest storms are going to be from New Orleans, Biloxi, Mobile, up through Montgomery. Strong winds, some large hail, maybe some tornadoes like yesterday. And again, the rain will extend well into the Ohio Valley. So everybody getting a big chunk of this, and 2 to 4 inches of additional rainfall expected throughout the day today. More on this throughout the program. George, back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Rob. Robin?
And George, we're going to move on now to the latest White House shakeup. President Trump replacing Veteran Affairs Secretary David Shulkin with his White House physician. This is the 8th high-profile departure in just the last month. Our chief global affairs correspondent, Martha Raddatz, has more. She's there in Washington for us. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Robin. David Shulkin knew this was coming, but he is not happy about it and is making that clear this morning, writing about the toxic, chaotic, disrespectful environment that is Washington and saying it should not be this hard to serve your country.
After weeks of speculation, President Trump announcing the ouster of his Veterans Affairs Secretary and naming his successor in a tweet. But unlike other fired members of the administration, David Shulkin is not going quietly. Writing in an op-ed this morning, the department has become entangled in a brutal power struggle, with some political appointees choosing to promote their agendas instead of what's best for veterans. Shulkin was a rare Obama administration holdover, and his confirmation sailed through the Senate with a unanimous 100-0 vote. The president himself last year praising Shulkin for his work improving the VA.
I also want to express our appreciation for Secretary Shulkin, who is implementing the dramatic reform throughout the VA. Right, David? Better be David. We will never use those words on you, that's for sure.
But the president grew increasingly unhappy with Shulkin.
Mr. Secretary, any concerns about your job?
In particular, the negative attention Shulkin attracted over a scathing Inspector General report focusing on a work trip to Europe, taking along his wife and spending days sightseeing, including accepting tickets to the Wimbledon women's tennis final, costing taxpayers $122,000.
I do regret the decisions that have been made that have taken the focus off of that important work.
But in that op-ed this morning, Shulkin writing, I have been falsely accused of things by people who wanted me out of the way. The man the president has nominated to replace him, Rear Admiral Ronnie Jackson, the White House doctor who recently gave the president a glowing bill of health.
I told the president that if he had a healthier diet over the last 20 years, he might live to be 200 years old. He has incredibly good genes, and it's just the way God made him.
Dr. Jackson, who did deploy to Iraq, has served as White House physician for 3 different administrations, but he's about to take on the second largest department in the administration, serving more than 9 million veterans without a whole lot of management experience, Robin.
As you pointed out, and many have pointed out that as well, Dr. Jackson has not led any companies, any bureaucracies.
That's right. But I think like all political appointees, he'll surround himself with people who have that experience. But improving veterans care has been a central theme in the Trump presidency. So this is a very big and very important job, not only to Trump, but all of our veterans out there, Robin.
Very important people that he's serving. All right, Martha, thank you.
Okay, Robin, let's bring in our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, for more on this. And Cecilia, the president has been signaling this for an awful long time. The question now is the White House shakeup done?
Well, George, I mean, you know it. In this administration, you sort of seem to be safe one day and you're out the next. And the president really seems to enjoy seeing some in his cabinet twist in the wind. That's exactly what happened with Shulkin, as he took days to make up his mind, and very publicly. Shulkin's firing comes, of course, after the ouster of the Secretary of State, the National Security Advisor. We have heard that Chief of Staff John Kelly had potentially been on this list of possible departures. He seems safe for now. Same for HUD Secretary Ben Carson. But we're now more than a year into this administration, and the president is saying that he's now close to having the cabinet that he wants.
And Cecilia, of course, the top lawyer in the Mueller investigation for President Trump, John Dowd, is also out. He resigned last week, but he's at the center of this new report in the New York Times that he discussed the idea of pardons with attorneys for Michael Flynn and Paul Manafort as the special counsel was closing in on both of them.
Yeah, the Times says that this happened last summer, just as this special counsel probe into Russia was heating up. John Dowd, the former lawyer, he just resigned last week, as you said, floated this idea of pardon to lawyers for Flynn and Manafort. The White House says there are no discussions, and there haven't been discussions about the consideration of pardons. Take a listen. We pushed them on this yesterday here in the briefing room.
Is the White House worried about what Michael Flynn or Paul Manafort might tell Special Counsel Robert Mueller?
There was no collusion, and we're very confident in that and look forward to this process wrapping up.
So that's the line here right now, but the president was on the record back in December after Flynn pleaded guilty for lying to the FBI, not ruling out the possibility of a pardon for him, George.
And Flynn's brother has been pushing for one. Okay, Cecilia, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams, for more on this right now. So Dowd is denying that he talked pardons, but how big a problem would it be if he did?
Well, first question is, what does broach the subject, raise the issue mean? We don't know exactly. The president has enormous power when it comes to pardoning.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you can pretty much pardon someone for whatever reason you want. The only potential issue could be not the pardons itself, but the conversations about pardons. Meaning, you could make an argument that if the right thing were said, or in this case, the wrong thing were said.
Keep quiet about what I did in return for the pardon.
In return for a pardon, that conversation could be seen as witness tampering, is the question and the possibility. But on the whole, the president has enormous power.
And I guess the question would also be on whether it fit into a broader pattern of activity.
Well, I think it's the only way that it would come up in the context of this investigation would be as part of a larger narrative.
We also learned from Mueller's filings over the last couple of days that one of the cooperating witnesses, Rick Gates, had several contacts during the campaign with someone he knew had ties to Russian intelligence. This is the most direct evidence yet of a connection between the campaign and Russian intelligence.
And this came up in the context of a sentencing report for a lawyer who had worked for both Gates and Manafort. He has admitted to making a false statement. They're basically laying out the things that he did wrong. And one of them was that he wasn't forthcoming enough about conversations that Gates was having. And they point out in this report that this was pertinent to the investigation. In essence, we should have known about this. This lawyer knew about certain conversations and emails that he didn't disclose to us, and that was relevant to our investigation. That's all we know, though.
Could put even more pressure, though, on Paul Manafort.
Sure, it could put more pressure on Manafort. Manafort already knows that Gates is the issue. Now that Gates has turned, that's the big problem for Manafort.
Okay, Dan Abrams, thanks very much. Robin?
Okay, George, now to those tensions running high after the police killed an unarmed black man, Stephon Clark. Protesters taking to the streets in Sacramento again last night and across the country, including right here in New York City. ABC's Kana Whitworth is in Sacramento with the latest. Good morning, Kana.
Robin, good morning. There was an emergency interfaith town hall meeting held last night after another day of protests. The California Highway Patrol blocking demonstrators from getting onto the highway. This as Stephon Clark's family is preparing for his funeral to be held here later today. Protesters gathered outside the defense attorney's office, blocking off streets in their cars, calling for justice and accountability in the shooting death of Stephon Clark.
I have a 12-year-old baby in here. This is peaceful.
His family and friends with a similar plea as they prepare to say goodbye.
We want justice, that's all. I just got up out my bed. I'm very sick, but I'm here for my nephew. And I'm trying not to cry, you know what I mean? But it hurts.
Emotions running high. Clark's brother confrontational once again, having to be carried into the wake and issuing an apology to the mayor just one day after he interrupted the city council meeting with demonstrators Tuesday. He later apologized.
That's why I came here to apologize to the mayor.
Police plan on releasing more video of the March 18th incident that the Police Officers Association now says was justified, adding the 22-year-old took a shooting stance before officers shot at him 20 times, killing him. Clark's death refocusing the national spotlight once again on gun violence against black men by police officers and the calls for change spreading coast to coast. The White House calling the national outrage a local matter.
And that's something that we feel should be left up to the local authorities at this point in time.
Overnight, hundreds taking to the streets in New York City, with the NYPD arresting 11 people. Now here in Sacramento, after protesters blocked people from entering the Kings games twice this week, the team announcing that they have partnered with the Build Black Coalition and Black Lives Matters to fundamentally transform black communities through investment in youth. And that includes an educational fund set up for Clark's 2 children and a forum to be held this Friday. Also, Robin, police announcing that they have new crowd control measures in place for tonight's game. Robin?
Yes, we have to keep in mind again that his funeral is today, as well as you said earlier. Thank you, Kana.
Okay, Rob, we're going to go overseas now to an emotional trip for Malala Yousafzai, the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner ever, returned to Pakistan this morning for the first time since she was shot by the Taliban. That was in 2012. She was attacked for championing girls' education. And Malala is now 20 years old. She met with Pakistan's prime minister this morning, is planning to stay in Pakistan until Sunday. What an inspiring moment this is for that country and for Malala.
Oh, I mean, and she's talked about it over the years, about her desire to go back. Her safety was always an issue. So I know that she is so happy and so proud to be home, and we certainly feel the same way for her.
You've had the privilege of spending some time with her.
Oh, she is such an incredible young woman, so happy to know that she's back in her home country of Pakistan. We have to move on now to President Trump versus Jeff Bezos. Amazon stock taking a big dive, losing close to $31 billion in market value after a report that Trump may consider taking on the company with regulations. Our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, is here with more on that. Rebecca, good morning.
Good morning, Amy. Yeah, this all started with a story by Axios citing sources who say the president is obsessed with Amazon because his real estate buddies tell him Amazon is destroying shopping malls and brick and mortar stores. In just the last year, we saw more store closures in 2017 than any other year. Of course, you've seen Toys R Us going out of business. There's another possible factor here, though, because there's some history between the Amazon founder, Jeff Bezos, who owns the Washington Post, and President Trump. The Washington Post has been critical of Trump, and Trump has been critical of the Washington Post. And according to the report, Trump has wondered aloud now whether or not this company, Amazon, could be faced with antitrust or anti-competition law.
And that was certainly enough to send these stocks plunging. But this is just one example of a larger trend that we're seeing with tech stocks, some tech stocks right now.
Yeah, in very many tech names, we've been seeing this sell-off. The big tech companies have had a really rough week. Over the last 5 days, 4 of the so-called FANG stocks, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and Facebook, have lost more than $168 billion combined. Now, there are a lot of reasons here, including the possibility of more government regulations. And then in Facebook's case, there's the growing fallout from the privacy scandal that they're still trying to recover from. They're overhauling these privacy settings. That's what they did on Wednesday. And now overnight, they've announced that they're also going to limit some of what advertisers can collect in terms of targeting users with third-party information.
Let's think about the 168.
How much did you say? Get that?
Yeah. But there are also these reports that the president somehow believes that Amazon is hurting the post office, but in fact, Amazon has given a lot of business to the post office.
They have, in fact, because all of those packages, at least some of them, are going out via U.S. Postal.
All right. Y'all know what today is?
What's today?
It's opening day. Baseball's opening day. Break out the peanuts and Cracker Jacks. You can feel the excitement coming all the way from Citi Field. That's a live shot, the home of the Mets, but they may be in for a tough road. Odds makers say the Houston Astros are favored to win the World Series for a second year in a row. The Dodgers, Yankees, Cubs, Indians are also favorites. One major rule change this year, a limit to those mound visits. Now, some pitchers and catchers are not thrilled with the new rule, but it is going to speed up the game.
Yay.
But this is something that people are happy about. Those hot dogs. MLB fans are predicted to eat more than 19 million hot dogs this year.
A hot dog a hot dog at the ballpark. There's nothing better, really. I love that.
I agree.
I can't wait.
We'll see.
Turning now to the lottery. Imagine winning $1,000 a week for the rest of your life. Well, now imagine being a teenager and winning that much money. It just happened to this 18-year-old in Canada. She bought a lottery scratch ticket on her 18th birthday. That is the first day she was legally allowed to buy one. She says she wants to use the money for college and for some travel. 1,000 Canadian dollars is about $770 US a week. Not too bad at the age of 18. However, not to throw some shade to her, but that really isn't much compared to the Mega Millions jackpot tomorrow night, worth an estimated $502 million. That's when you get in it, right? When it's over $500 million?
That's right. That's when I get in.
That's
I don't get out of bed for less than $500 million.
I think she'll be fine with $1,000 a week for life.
Yes.
Let's go back to Rob.
Hey, guys, financial planners across the country nodding their heads. No, not a good plan. Hey, warming up across parts of the east finally, but briefly. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s today and tomorrow, and then the cold front comes in for cooler weather again. Spring-like cities now, brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do, drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
A very mild start here this morning. We've only had a handful, only about a half dozen mornings that have started out this mild at 45 to 50 degrees. Temperatures are only going to continue to rise up to about 75. Some neighborhoods maybe even upper 70s, close to 80. Yes, some sunshine, so get ready to do something outdoors today. Looking like the warmest out of the next 10. Some morning rain for your Friday and breezy. And then Saturday, Sunday, 61 to 57. Best day out of the weekend Saturday, but 57 for Easter Sunday.
New fallout in that Penn State hazing case, what the parents of Timothy Piazza are saying this morning.
And blockbuster comeback for Roseanne. Huge ratings for the premiere. We're going to talk to Roseanne about the big hit and that phone call with the president.
Plus, this incredible moment with the Pope, a dream come true, and the story behind it. We'll be right back.